Hi, this is George Alger. Welcome to today's segment of Our Ventura TV. Today we're going to be talking about communicating with the homeless. And our guests today are a father and daughter duo who are advocates for the homeless and have also made a documentary on the topic. Welcome, Eric and Erica. And let's start off with some brief introductions. Erica, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yes, hi. My name is Erica Moseley. I am a recognized author, trainer, speaker, fundraiser, and volunteer, and of course, a social impact. I started up a book called Chapter in the Homeless Hustle, which led off to me speaking at private events and corporate events and sharing my story. Now, today we are going to discuss our documentary, The COVID-19 Awareness.
Good. And Eric, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hi, my name is Eric Moseley. I'm a social impact documentary filmmaker. My greatest accomplishments was producing and directing and starring in a documentary called The Homeless Coronavirus Outreach, starring Erica Moseley, which we went out on the streets of San Francisco to find out that 5 out of 10 homeless were unaware of the coronavirus.
Let's dive into this topic of communicating with the homelessness. So, in fact, Eric, let's start with you. You had mentioned something about different types of homelessness. Can you talk about that?
Well, actually, when we went out on the streets, we did the documentary, and it was for the coronavirus to educate them. We were also showing the 3 different classes of homelessness for a nonprofit organization that I'm trying to start called Each One Teach One. Now, there's 3 different classes. There's upper class, there's lower class, and there's middle class. The upper class homeless is an individual, or he or she is trying to take care of their hygiene and trying to make it back into the mainstream of society. The lower class is the individual that's out on the streets pushing a buggy, that's probably using drugs, that doesn't care about making it back into the mainstream society and doesn't care about their hygiene, things of that nature. Now, the middle class is the one that's just in the middle of both of those. He doesn't care if they make it up to be an upper class or if they fall into being a lower class. So when I tell people I'm bringing a homeless person over to their house, the first thing they think of is that that person is a bum, and all homeless people aren't bums. There's 3 different classes, just like it is in every other type of society in every class.
Do you know if the majority of people are in the middle class or in the lower class or the upper class?
Well, it's hard to, like when it comes down to homelessness, it's really hard to do statistics. I don't really follow statistics because there's none out there. So really, like the people that travel from coast to coast that, you know, are travelers, you'll never be able to get a count on those individuals because one day they might be in Chicago, Detroit, Mississippi the next day. So those people are just traveling around. So the ones who you can really only get a count on are really the upper class homeless because they're going through these shelters, they're going to get food stamps, they're going to get all these different types of services. So you can pinpoint them to a certain area and you could probably get a count on their heads. But you have people out in rural areas that you don't even know that's out there. And you have people coming in and out of the city every day that you don't know how many people are coming in or how many people going out. So that's a real hard to do, is to get a count on how many different people are in the different classes. But I would say, if I had to say, I would say that the lower class, the ones who are out on the street simply because they're being seen more, having signs and things of that nature, those are the ones who really need to be focused on the most.
Thank you, Eric. Erica, can you now, let's open up this discussion about how to communicate to homeless people.
Yeah, so as we all know, homelessness wasn't a topic that we were talking about before. Homelessness was a topic that we literally threw under the rug. But due to the fact that with this pandemic has made it aware that homelessness is literally around us. So we are going to get new statistics about the homelessness. In order to communicate with them, you have to literally meet them where they're at. So it goes back to what my father was explaining, the 3 levels of homelessness. So if you want to connect to with a homeless individual, you have to figure out who they are. As he said before, these are couch surfers. So who are the couch surfers? Today, the couch surfers are literally you and I right now. Today, I am working with tech people, software developers who are now couch surfing and they don't want to go to access points and shelters, etc. So those are considered high class individuals. So we're now going to get new statistics for that. Now we're going to get the middle class individuals, and that can be anyone that was couch surfing and now is about to be literally homeless. So you was middle class individual, but now you are homeless because you can't even couch surf. They literally kick you out of their house because it's just literally too much of them. Now you have the homeless people, the low people that's don't want to be self-sufficient, right? They probably out there doing drugs, they don't want the curfew, etc. So you need to figure out which level of homelessness are you communicating with, and how are you trying to help with them. Me and my father, we help with people that's a high class homelessness, upper class individuals. So what does that look like? That looks like people that wants to get out of the homeless situation. Yes, you're couch surfing. Yes, you're in a shelter. Yes, you might be a software developer, but your goal is to get out into the next level. So that might means that you are sleeping on the streets, right? So what we would do is literally meet you where you're at. Today, these organizations don't want to go out into the streets. Why? Because of COVID-19, and also because they don't know how to communicate with them, and also they're scared. So this is where me and my father come in and help you out with all the three classes and communicate with them. So with the COVID-19, a lot of the times people were coming up to us and saying, why are you wearing masks and gloves? It's very offensive to us. Do you have any resources? Do you have anything to provide for us? You know that we are low class individuals. So today we're coming here to explain to homeless people that we are your advocates. I have been homeless for 18 years of my life, and I am bringing my experience to break the cycle. And my father is the social impact advocate, and our goal is to bring more awareness, not just because of the pandemic, because it has always been here.
Wow. All right. Well said. Eric, we're just about out of time. I'm going to try to get a closing comment from each of you. Is there something else you'd like to add before we wrap things up?
Oh, I just want to say, I'm glad that you've given me and my daughter this opportunity to be able to, voice our opinions and to be able to, to reach out to other individuals who weren't that much educated on homelessness, and just study about homelessness, study about the three different classes, and go out and help a homeless person. I'm not saying you have to invite them to your home, but just show them some type of compassion that they are human beings just like you are.
Thank you. Erica, is there a website that viewers can go to for more information? And do you have a summating message for the viewers?
Yes, so you can go to www.thehomelessdiary. Me and my father have videos up there and tricks of how to be self-sufficient. And my last step is to just don't continue to talk with professionals about homelessness. Literally use a real advocate to go out into the community. People know realness and people know authentic, right? So if you want me and my father to continue to go out there and outreach to the community, we would love to do so. But don't continue to use professionals that are going out there and just handing out piece of paper. We need real life solutions by real advocates.
Thank you very much, Erica. Well said. We're going to wrap things up now. This is George Alger signing off for this segment of Our Ventura TV. Until we meet again.